Good. All right, what's going on, everyone? This is our first week doing this. I'm Connor Riley.
And I'm Brendan Eckstein here on the Gotham City Green Jets podcast. Connor and I are big Jets fans. We wanted to actually get this back on and going. After week one, we wanted to talk some New York Jets football. So, Connor, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we did one last year. I originally did one with Eric Cruz. We just did like current events mainly, but then he couldn't make it 1 week, so we just did a Jets podcast for the fun of it, and it was actually really fun. We also tried one over the summer, but with COVID and everything, it was kind of hard. But now, yeah, we're going to be talking about this season with the New York Jets. So last week, not good. Not good at all.
No, not good. Adam Gase and the New York Jets looked completely lost out there. And I feel like it's the same theme every single year. We get all excited for a new year, and then we go out and just look awful. So, do you have any rhyme or reason for what happened last week against Buffalo?
I would have to first say part of it was the injuries. Like, there was a lot. Well, I wouldn't even say injuries. Well, C.J. Mosley opted
Not
out.
playing is a big blow to the defense.
Denzel Mims was also a big loss because we don't even know how he's going to be playing.
Exactly.
Michael Pirine, he's also a rookie, but I don't know.
Apparently has some explosive playmaking ability, but I'd say even aside from the injuries, this is not a great team to begin with. And when you couple that with bad play calling from Adam Gase and what seemed to be like a regression from Sam Darnold in week one, you like to see a year three quarterback, kind of take a stride, take a step forward and elevate his play in like a different way. And we didn't see that. If anything, we saw worse than what he played last year.
This might have been
horrible interception.
This actually might have been his worst besides the ghost
ghost game. Yeah.
Ghost game. This might have been honestly the worst performance he's ever had.
It was just mediocre. I mean, I wouldn't even say worst. When
one touchdown, one interception.
It's just two of his plays. A lot of his yards came from two plays. The Jamison Crowder little screen and
that was all Crowder
and Le'Veon Bell. So without those two plays, it would have been an even more dismal day.
Yeah. So now that leaves up the biggest question of all time, and is Sam Darnold the franchise quarterback that we've been looking for?
And I would honestly at this point say it's too early to tell. Again, it's TBD. Year three at the beginning. I would say that the signs of it are not looking too good. And that's a fair point to put on it right now. It's not looking too good. There's a lot of room for improvement. And I just haven't seen a stride be made yet. But again, you're playing a really good Buffalo defense week one. You have what I consider to be an inept coach in Adam Gase. It's not going to couple well. I'd say if we're given the opportunity to elevate our quarterback play and draft a quarterback very high in the next round, maybe like a Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God, that would be
exactly.
That'd be something.
Then I'd say, okay, let's move on. But as of right now, this is our franchise. As of right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess it's only week one, so we really can't deep into it too much. And also, the Bills are an incredible team.
Yeah,
so.
No, they're a great defense, and but when you have like the kind of play calling that we had and the lack of running game, it's a recipe for disaster.
So that is the next one where now next week against the 49ers, they have
another great defense.
Another great defense, but there's even more injuries.
Yeah.
And there's Le'Veon Bell added to that list.
Yeah.
Cashman got hurt during the last week.
He might not suit up either, yeah.
And Crowder has been limited practice.
Yeah.
So this is even getting worse because Bell and Crowder were the only ones really making the plays. And now the fact that Crowder's a little tight on the hamstring.
No, it's going to be tough, and the offensive line's going to have a very tough test against Nick Bosa and DeForest Buckner and some of those D linemen over there from the Niners, and then on top of it, they have Jimmy G, who's been a great quarterback, and is coupled really well into their offensive game plan. Maybe not the most statistically flashy player, but gets the job done, and brought them to the Super Bowl last year. So this is no easy test.
I was just saying, a lot of it has to do with the coaching and the players around him because Jimmy G, the only thing with him is that's yes, he's great, but he only focuses when someone's making a route and that it's planned to throw to him, he's only going to throw to that guy, and if he's not open, he's just screwed. He gives up.
No easy test, and I'd say probably the most important thing going forward is just, we really need some consistency. We can't be running the same play over and over and over and expecting magic to happen. And
wide receiver screens,
yeah,
third downs.
I think a lot of it stems from the coaching staff. But my prediction for week 2 is just a blowout. I think it's going to be horrible. I think we might see a couple of flashes of Darnold, some decent plays or some good throws, but a lot more to be desired, I think, is going to be there. And I think until we either change coaches or make some other kind of drastic change, this is not going to really change for the Jets.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think with next week. I want to see an angry Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
I want to see like a Sam Darnold that's like has a chip on his shoulder. Everyone's against him, and he just goes lights out.
And so far, we haven't really seen that kind of attitude. We've seen the very reserved choir boy look.
The only reason why he's promising is like you'll see some plays that like only the greats do that
can make, and then you'll see bonehead plays.
Then you'll see that interception that he did, like where he could have easily ran for a touchdown, just looped it up, like
exactly
missing, like overthrowing people. It's just like,
no, exactly.
How many times are we gonna see this? But I mean, I'm hoping at least if it like I hope it's not a blowout. I really do hope it's not a blowout. Like, Debo Samuel and Kittle are out, so those are big names that could possibly help us, and they're big on the running game. And the Jets are good on play. They're one of the best.
It does fare well, but I think, looking back, there's still so many challenges, and maybe it won't be as big a blowout as I anticipated, but it's not going to be good. And I think when you get out coached every week too, there's really no turning back.
Yeah. We have a few more, and then last, let's like third to last. Thoughts on Chris Johnson saying about Gase that he has a brilliant offensive mind.
Well, Chris Johnson's not really the true owner. It's really Woody. Woody Johnson, though, is the ambassador in the United Kingdom. So he's over there now. So he's technically in control, but Woody's really in charge and owns that team. Chris is not. And these are businessmen. They're not really football fans.
No.
And they don't really know what an offensive genius is. The only 2 years that Adam Gase had a top 3 offense or even top 5 offense in the league was when Peyton Manning was his quarterback.
Yeah, and
as the OC of the Broncos. Since he's never cracked the top 20.
I was about to say you can't give Adam Gase that credit when he was with Peyton, because Peyton was calling all the plays.
Absolutely, and
it's amazing.
Just starting to become, it's just starting to become, a bad trend.
Yeah, because it's amazing how they called him the quarterback whisperer, and Peyton Manning called all the plays, and Peyton Manning will speak highly. He's not going to speak poorly. He did well.
Absolutely.
And then with Miami, Tannehill, now he's on the Titans, and now he's playing the best football he's ever played in his life.
Yeah.
Because he left Gase.
It's just a coaching change, and it's stuff that clicks. And he doesn't really like to work for the players. I've heard he's not really a player's coach. The players are not very fond of him.
Yeah, they're not. In the locker rooms, you hear it. Yeah, it's like...
So, I hopefully I'd like to see a change mid-season, promote Greg Williams to head coach. That's what I
would be great. I think that would be that would be more of a that would be an 8, 9, 10 win season, just because he just wants to win.
He could turn it around, and it's tough now. It's just every week Gase comes out with a new excuse, and I'm just not
right.
A fan.
Yeah. That's when it's bad, when you know he's coming up with excuses, lying sometimes. It's like he's just
trying to justify it. Yeah.
The only thing with Chris Johnson that I'm gonna support him on is that, what do you want him to say? Because he's not gonna speak poorly, because that would just even open up a bigger floodgate for the team if your own owner of the team is just calling out the coach. So if you're gonna go after that, then there would just be bad blood between the entire organization, and it would be bad. Just with the Jamal Adams thing on top, that was atrocious.
Absolutely.
And then. Yeah, okay, so we'll do two more. And then the trading.
Yeah.
I think Jets definitely need a wide receiver. I think they need to trade for something or do something, because if people their depth chart is atrocious. I've been saying Allen Robinson would be a great one, but you disagreed. I remember you telling me earlier.
I want Taylor Gabriel. He's a free agent now. You kind of mold him into what you want and see and kind of get a really good workout, as opposed to going that other direction. I think bringing in a free agent's a little bit of a cheaper and better option. And I like Gabriel. I think he has that explosive play mentality. has been a role player in the NFL, can kind of adjust quickly, it seems like, to a different offense. So I think he'd be a good fit for the Jets.
I agree. I think Gabriel is good. I just think that we need more of a height on our chart. And
we're getting that
Gabriel's
with Mims.
a little small
when Mims
guy.
comes back, though. When Mims comes back, Mims has a little bit
I think
of height.
when Mims comes back, Le'Veon Bell will also be back.
Yeah.
I think that's right around
the same time. So, that'll be the true test.
Honestly, that's right around because they said like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's right around the time where I think the Jets will actually start winning games because I'm looking at their schedule right now. They have 49ers next week.
Yeah.
Well, this Sunday, and then what do they have? The Colts on week 3.
Yeah.
There's no connection there.
I think so.
I think it's Colts week 3 or something, and then there's like the Broncos. So I think
the lightening up a little.
Yeah, I think that's because Philip Rivers, he's still figuring out that team. So I think the Jets can come around. I think this week. What is your prediction for next week? For this Sunday?
I think it's going to be a loss. I don't think it's going to be good.
You said blowout, so I want
to. I don't think it's going to be good. Let's just put it that way. I think we're playing a really good team. We're nowhere near where we need to be. No chance we win the game.
I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the same score as last week. I'm gonna say they lose 27-17.
Okay.
But then this time I'm gonna say he throws for 2 tutties. Because I don't feel like they're gonna be really doing the running game. You have Frank Gore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if P. Ryan's in. He's been limited practice. But so I think it's gonna be 2 touchdowns for Sam Darnold, and I'm gonna say 0 interceptions, just because if he gets any, it's not gonna look good.
So we'll see. But Connor, thanks for bringing us back, and next week we'll give some more content, some more in depth. I had out a little early today, but thank you so much. If you do tune in, and go Jets.
Yes, sir.